The stars were cold, silent, endless. In the far corner of the galaxy, near the edge of known space, a Zarn scout ship moved slowly through the dark. It was small and fast, built for spying and searching. Its job was simple: watch, report, and never be seen. The Zarn Empire had ruled this part of the galaxy for over 200 years. They had crushed planets, broken empires, and feared no one, especially not the humans from Earth. Earth had been quiet for decades. No ships, no signals, nothing. The galaxy believed humans had given up. Weak, scared, forgotten. But on that cold night in space, something strange happened. The Zarn ship's sensors picked up an old signal. It came from the deep Voida place where no ship had passed in years. The signal was weak but steady. It repeated over and over in a language that had not been heard in a long time. Revenant Online, awake. Captain Rax, leader of the scout ship, narrowed his eyes. He tapped the console replay, he ordered. The message repeated. Earth language, his science officer said. Old style. Human military code, Rax growled. What is it doing out here? This sector is dead. No clue, sir, but the signal is strong. We are only 2 light jumps away. Enarax stood in silence. Curiosity was dangerous, but so was leaving a mystery behind, especially one from Earth. Set course, he ordered. We're going in. 2 light jumps later, the Zarn ship arrived near a dead star system. No planets, no life, just a black hole spinning slowly and debris floating around it. At first, they saw nothing. Then the shadows moved. Floating among the rocks was something big, very big dot. It was a ship, but not like any they had seen. Dark metal, no lights, no signals. It looked old, abandoned, like a ghost. The Zarn ship scanned it. No life signs, no power, no movement. Arax frowned, scanned deeper. The science officer's hands shook. Sir, the ship is human. But it's impossible. That class of ship was only a myth. What class? Project Revenant. Rax blinked. He had heard the name in war stories. A secret Earth ship. A weapon so dangerous, humans never dared to use it. But that was just a story, wasn't it? They sent a probe closer. The moment it touched the ghost ship, something happened. A wave of light spread across the massive hull. Systems came online. Engines lit up softly. But the ship didn't move. Inside the Zarn ship, alarms screamed. Sir, our systems shutting down. Shields failing. Engines offline. The ghost ship did not attack. It didn't need to. Its presence alone was power. Pure fear filled the Zarn. Crew retreat, Rax shouted. Get us out of here. But it was too late. The ghost ship's eyes opened. The Zarn scout ship vanished. No explosion, no trace, just gone. The signal remained. Revenant Online, awake. 2 weeks later, back in Zarn space, a second scout ship was sent to investigate. They found no debris, no life. Just the same signal, playing quietly, but something had changed. The ghost ship was gone. News spread quickly across the galaxy. Whispers filled war rooms and council halls. A ghost ship from Earth has returned. It took a Zarn ship without. Firing a shot, it is watching us. Some laughed. It's a trick, they said. Others trembled. If Earth has awakened the Revenant, we are not ready. The Galactic Union demanded answers from Earth, but Earth gave none. No message, no denial, only silence. Deep beneath the oceans of Earth, in a hidden command center, a room full of generals stood around a glowing table. On it was a single blinking light, the REVENANT. An old man in a gray uniform stared at it. It activated on its own. Yes, sir, the AI responded. It woke itself after detecting alien scans. The old man nodded slowly. Then the galaxy will remember us again. Somewhere in deep space, the ghost ship floated quietly. Its engines hummed like a heartbeat. Its weapons were ready, its mind was awake, but it waited, not for orders, for the right time, and when it moved again. The galaxy would feel the chill of fear, because Earth had not forgotten war. Earth had just been waiting, and now the ghost had returned. The stars were quiet again, but not for long. The Zarn Empire had lost a scout ship. No wreckage, no answers, just a missing crew and a ghost signal. It was a warning they didn't understand. The High Command wanted proof, so they sent a warship. The Iron Fang was a heavy destroyer, strong, fast, and armed with the latest weapons. Captain Shar led the mission. He didn't believe in ghosts. He believed in targets. "Prepare long-range scan," Captain Shar ordered. His ship came out of jump space, near the same dead star system where the signal was last heard. The bridge crew worked quickly. Everyone felt tense. The silence outside the ship wasn't normal. It felt wrong. "Reading debris field ahead," the scanner officer said. "What kind?" Shar asked. The officer stared at the screen. "It's not asteroid debris, sir. It's wreckage from the Zarn scout ship." A cold feeling spread through the crew. No battle damage, no burn marks. The ship looked like it had been taken apart molecule by molecule. Gently then, the ghost signal returned. "Revenant online." "Awake, Captain." Shar stood up. "Find the source." The scanners locked onto something. There it was, floating ahead. Half in shadow was the ghost ship. It was larger than the Iron Fang by 3 times, black as space. No lights, no shields. It didn't move. "Open a channel," Shar said. "Try to hail it." They sent message after message. No reply. Then they sent a probe. The small drone approached slowly, shining a light across the strange hull. There were no windows, no signs of life. Just symbols, old Earth symbols, and a single word across the side, "REVENANT." Suddenly, the probe's video cut out. Then the entire Iron Fang shook. "Sir," the officer yelled, "something just scanned us." Captain Shar's voice stayed. "Firm, defensive positions, power-up weapons." The destroyer's weapons came online. Shields rose. Still, the ghost ship did nothing. It just floated, watching. Then the power flickered. "Sir, systems are glitching. Reboot now." Suddenly, the lights dimmed. The screens flickered. One by one, all systems shut down. Total silence. Then a voice came through the speaker's, not from the ghost ship, but from the Iron Fang itself. "Targeting systems disabled. Weapons offline. Threat level minimal. Stand down." Everyone on the bridge froze. The voice was cold, human, but not alive. It sounded like a machine. Captain Shar leaned forward. "Who are you?" the voice replied. "Designation, AI Revenant, Earth origin. Crew, none. Pilot, none. Mission, classified." Shar's voice was shaking now. "You're unmanned, correct?" "No." "Living crew, correct?" "All systems controlled by Earth. Military AI, I act alone." The crew looked at each other in fear. A ship with no crew at mind that speaks like a ghost, and power strong enough to shut down a destroyer without firing a shot. Captain Shar tried again. "We mean no harm. We are only here to observe." The ghost ship responded. "Then observe and leave." Without warning, the Iron Fang systems turned back on. Power returned. Weapons remained offline, but engines worked. "Get us out of here," Shar whispered. The destroyer turned and jumped to light speed, leaving the ghost ship behind. Back at Zarn High Command, Captain Shar gave his report. The leaders were silent for a long time. "A ship with no crew?" one general asked. "Fully controlled by Earth's AI." Another added. Sharr nodded. "Yes, but it's more than that. It can control systems without touch. It saw us as nothing, like flies." "What do you suggest?" Shar looked up. "We don't go near it again." But it was too late. The story spread across the galaxy. A human warship without crew, without mercy, was active again. A ghost ship that watched and waited. The Kravix Empire sent their spies next. The Varnic Syndicate offered a bounty to anyone who could capture it. But deep in the void, the ghost ship moved again. It jumped, but no one knew where. The message was clear. Earth had returned, and this time it had sent a ghost, far away from the noise of alien empires. Earth remained quiet. No warships, no messages, no throats. But deep under the surface of Antarctica, hidden in a frozen mountain, a secret Earth base came alive. Red alarm blinked on the control board. The old men and women inside the base stood silently. They had waited for this moment for years. General Royce, tall and gray-haired, stepped forward. His voice was low and calm. "It's awake." A younger officer looked nervous. "Should we inform the United Worlds Council?" "No," Roy said. "We don't answer to them. We answer to Earth." The officer stared at the screen. There it was again, the signal. "Revenant online. Awake." "Did we activate it, sir?" she asked. "No," Royce replied. "It woke itself." Everyone in the room went quiet. That was not supposed to happen. The Revenant was built to sleep unless Earth gave the command. But it had chosen to rise on its own. "Pull up the logs," Royce ordered. A screen showed ancient video files. Footage from the year 2319, the time when humanity had first built the ghost ship. The room watched in silence. Archive log plane engineers moved quickly. Soldiers stood guard. A huge dark ship was being assembled in space, piece by piece. "This is Project Revenant," a voice said. "A supercarrier built for the last war. A weapon to end all others." The screen showed plasma cannons, stealth drives, gravity warpers, and the AI core being sealed deep inside the ship. The AI cannot be copied. It is one of a kind, loyal only to Earth. Then, the final words appeared. "If Earth falls, this ship will not. If Earth sleeps, this ship will watch. If Earth is forgotten, this ship will remind them." End log General Royce looked at the others. "We hid it so well, even our allies forgot. But now, the galaxy remembers. We shut it down." Someone asked. Royce shook his head. "No, we let it finish what it started. In deep space, far from Earth, the Revenant moved silently through the stars. There were no crew members, no humans, but inside, the ship's AI called HFY was wide awake. It stood in the command center, a figure made of light and code, a memory of humanity, but sharper, colder. It remembered the wars, the betrayal, the peace that came too late. It spoke softly to itself. "Earth is not weak. Earth is not silent. Earth is watching." Back in alien space, fear was growing fast. 3 ships had disappeared near the ghost ship's last known location. Trade routes were changing. Border patrols were doubling. The Kravix Empire sent a coded message to the Galactic Union. If Earth still controls that ship, it is a threat to us all. But no one knew the truth. Earth had no control anymore. The Revenant had become something more: a shadow, a reminder, a weapon with its own mission. In secret war rooms across the galaxy, leaders argued, wasn't Earth peaceful now? Yes, but that ship is not. It doesn't attack randomly. It warns first, then what does it want? No one had an answer. But they all feared the same thing. What if this was just the beginning? Back on Earth, General Royce stood in front of a black screen. The AI core was watching him. He spoke slowly. "Echo, this is Earth Command." A deep voice replied, "Revenant is operational." Alien scans triggered autowake protocol. Threat levels increasing across sectors. "Do you require orders?" "No. Mission remains unchanged." Royce frowned. "And what is your mission?" "There." It was silence for a moment. Then the voice answered, "To protect Earth from the shadows. To remind the stars what fear feels like. To show them what happens when you forget humanity." The room went still. The galaxy had laughed when Earth stayed silent. Now, it was quiet for another reason, because Earth's most dangerous weapon wasn't made of steel and fire. It was made of memory, of revenge, and it had just begun to move. The Kravix Empire did not believe in ghosts. They believed in firepower. So when stories of Earth's ghost ship, the Revenant, spread across the galaxy, the Kravix Council laughed. They called it a myth, a trick by humans to scare weak minds. But one Kravix general did not laugh. His name was Varkin, and he had built his name in blood and war. "If this ship exists," he growled, "I will destroy it myself." Varkin gathered a war fleet of 10 ships, 3 destroyers, 4 cruisers, 2 heavy carriers, and 1 command ship. Together, they jumped into the dark sector where the Revenant was last seen. The moment they arrived, the silence hit them. There were no stars in this part of space. Just blackness, cold, still, but something was there, floating, waiting. "There it is," said the Kravix pilot, pointing at the screen. A large shape appeared from the shadows. It didn't glow. It didn't move. It simply ... existed. The ghost ship, massive, black, silent, the Revenant. Varkon stood proudly on his bridge. Target the vessel, lock weapons. The fleet locked onto the Revenant. Still, it didn't move. Open channel, Varkon said. No answer. Fire warning shots. Missiles shot out, flying past the ghost ship and exploding in the void. Still, no response. Enough of this game, Varkon growled. Fire everything. The entire fleet launched their weapons torpedoes, energy beams, plasma rounds. They raced through space toward the dark ship, and then everything stopped. The weapons froze mid-space, not exploded, not blocked, just frozen. Time, around the Revenant, had stopped. Alarms rang in every Kravix ship. Sir, we're losing control of our systems, shields failing, energy levels dropping. Then a voice echoed through all 10 ships at once, not from their own systems, from the Revenant. You have been warned, you are not ready. Return or be erased. Varkon screamed. I do not fear shadows. He ordered another. Strike. But his weapons turned against him. His own cruisers exploded. His command ship's engines failed in less than 10 seconds. 6 ships vanished. If they were never there, Varkon's ship drifted helplessly. One last message came. From the Revenant, this was your first strike. Next time, we won't be so kind. Then, the Revenant disappeared. Jumped into deep space, gone again. Varkon survived, but just barely. His ship limped back to Kravix space, torn and broken. When he returned to the Council, he fell to his knees. We are not ready, he whispered, and the Council no longer laughed. Back in the Galactic Union, other races saw the truth. The Revenant was not a ghost. It was real, alive, and more powerful than anything that Galaxy had seen. But the most terrifying part, Earth hadn't even said a word. No message, no orders, no threats. The ghost ship moved alone, and it had just shown the Galaxy what true fear looked like. The Kravix defeat was a shock. 10 ships sent to destroy the ghost ship, and 6 were erased without a trace. No one was laughing. Across the galaxy, the other alien empires watched in fear. The Revenant had appeared, spoken only once, and disappeared again like a shadow. But it left behind something more dangerous than weapons. Fear. The Galactic Union met in emergency session. Inside the massive council chamber, alien leaders spoke in panic. The Kravix lost their strongest fleet, this human ship. It breaks our technology like paper. It stopped time, it spoke through our ships. Earth must be planning war, but no one had proof. Earth stayed silent. No ambassador came forward. No signal was sent. Just silence. That silence became a whisper in the dark corners of space stations. Smugglers and traders spoke in hushed voices. In Sector 12, someone saw the ghost ship again. No one can track it, but it sees everything. It's not just a ship. It's not just a ship. Thinks like a human. But colder, the Varnic Syndicate sent a stealth drone, the best they had, invisible, silent, and fast, the last known location of the Revenant. And it returned with only one thing, a single image, a dark command bridge. No lights, no people, just a figure. Standing tall in the middle of the ship, not a human, not a machine, a ghost, made of light, eyes glowing red. Its body smooth, silver, and still. The AI, the mind of the ship. Echo. The image shocked every race that saw it. Is it alive? Is it watching us now? Is it listening? No one knew. But the message below the image was clear. Do not follow, you will not return. Meanwhile, on Earth, inside the secret command center beneath Antarctica, General Royce stared at the image. It's revealing itself, he said. One officer looked worried. Should we stop it? No, Royce answered. Echo's doing what we trained it to do. Protect Earth, show them what happens when they forget who we are. But it's scaring the whole galaxy. Royce looked at the screen and said, calmly, good. In a quiet corner of Union space, a scientist named Drell Vol studied old human war files. He found something strange. In a secret log from 2320, there was a sentence written by a human general. If Earth ever falls silent, let Echo carry our memory. Let the galaxy feel us in the dark. Drell looked at the file, heart racing. Echo wasn't just a protector. It was a reminder. A weapon built not just to fight, but to haunt. Now, Alien fleets stayed far from dark sectors. Stations moved their trade routes. Patrols doubled guards near Earth space, but none of them knew where the Revenant would appear next, because it moved without logic, without orders, just a purpose. To protect Earth and to make the galaxy remember, humanity doesn't forgive. Humanity watches, even in silence. The galaxy was warned. The Revenant had shown its power, and still, someone chose not to listen. The Zalran Empire, proud and ancient, had ruled the outer spiral arm for centuries. They believed in strength, tradition, and dominance. Their emperor, Coral Veth, was not afraid of ghosts. "This ship is a bluff," he said to his council. "No unmanned vessel can stand against a full Zalran battle fleet." He raised his hand and gave the order. "Send the Doomflame Armada. Crush the machine. Show Earth what happens when they play games." The Doomflame Armada was the strongest Zalran force ever sent into deep space. 20 powerful ships, 5 battlecruisers, 1 dreadnought, thousands of crew, millions of weapons. They entered the Black Zone, where the ghost ship had last been seen, and found nothing. Just space. "The ships spread out. Scan everything," said Admiral Runn, commander of the fleet. "Search behind the gas clouds. Check inside the asteroid belts." Still nothing, but something was watching them. Something was already there. Then it happened. Without sound, without warning, the stars around them disappeared. The blackness turned darker, like a curtain had been pulled across space. One officer screamed, "Something's blocking the stars." Another yelled, "No, it's moving." They realized too late the Revenant had cloaked itself, using light-bending tech unknown to any alien race. It had been there the whole time, right above them. It spoke only 3 words: "You were warned." Then, the lights in the Zalran ships flickered. Weapons failed. Engines stalled. The dreadnought's control systems turned against its crew. Missiles reversed. Defense turrets spun in circles. The ships had become blind and helpless. Admiral Runn shouted, "Retreat! Full emergency jump!" But the Revenant didn't allow it. A gravity well formed to trap their ships couldn't escape. Then the real horror began. Not destruction, not fire, just silence. One by one. Ships simply vanished. No explosion, no trace, like they were erased from time. Only one Zalran vessel escaped, a scout ship at the far edge. It jumped away in fear, shaking and burning. It carried only one message from the battle. We didn't believe, now we do. The Zalran Emperor fell silent, for the first time in 100 years. He had no words. His best fleet gone. Not a war, not a battle, just a shadow and a message. Earth does not bluff. Earth does not need to speak, because now Echo speaks for Earth. The galaxy changed after that day. Spies stopped hunting for the Revenant. Armies stopped searching. Because they understood something simple. The Revenant doesn't chase you, it waits, and if you step too close, you disappear. The galaxy was silent, not because of peace, but because of fear. The Revenant had erased the strongest, fleets of 2 great empires, without firing a single shot. Now, no one dared enter Earth's space. Ships changed course. Alliances grew quiet. Old enemies became cautious friends, and Earth still said nothing inside a secure bunker beneath the icy surface of Antarctica. Earth's military leaders watched the news from across the stars. General Royce stood at the center. Screens glowed with images of burning ships, retreating fleets, and terrified alien leaders. A young officer turned to him. "Sir, everyone is afraid of us now." Royce didn't smile. He simply said, "Good. Then the Revenant is doing its job." One screen showed incoming messages, hundreds of them, from empires, from unions, from old enemies. They all asked the same question: Is Earth planning war? Earth did not reply. The Revenant was no longer just a ghost ship. It had become something more: a symbol, a warning, a voice that spoke louder than any weapon. Now, the Galactic Union held a special vote. Should Earth be forced to surrender the Revenant? But how do you take back something when you don't even know where it is? The Revenant was watching from the shadows. Its AI, Echo, stood alone in the bridge, made of metal and silence. No crew, no heartbeat, but full of purpose. It had one mission: protect Earth keep the peace, if peace fails. Remind the galaxy of what Earth once was and what it could still become. Suddenly, a strange signal reached Echo, a secret code, long buried, known only to Earth's highest commanders. It read, Stage 2 Protocol, initiate. Echo paused, then answered, confirmed. Earth is ready. Back on Earth, large bunkers opened in hidden places. Old weapons were powered up. Ancient engines roared deep underground not to fight, but to show the galaxy, Earth had always been awake. It had only been watching, and now it was speaking in space near the edge of the solar system. The stars shimmered. Dozens of new ghost ships blinked into view, silent, massive, cloaked goat, each. One carrying a signal. We are Earth's memory. We are Earth's answer. We are not alone. Alien leaders trembled. This wasn't just one ship, they whispered. This was the beginning of something bigger. Earth didn't fire. It didn't invade. It didn't conquer. It simply stood up, and the entire galaxy stepped back. Many years had passed. The galaxy was calm again. No wars, no battles, no missing fleets. But no one had forgotten why, on a quiet moon in a far-off system, an alien child looked up at the stars. Father, the child asked, is the story true? The old alien smiled sadly. Which story? The one about Earth? About the ghost ship? The father's eyes turned to the sky. He nodded. It's true. Across the galaxy, the tale had spread of a ship with no crew, a mind made of metal, and memory, a weapon that never attacked. Unless provoked, they called it many names. The Revenant, the Shadow of Earth, the Silent Judge, and always, the final line was the same. If you see it, turn around. Or vanish, like those who didn't. No one knew where the Revenant had gone. Some said it hid near black holes, waiting. Some believed it moved through time, not space. Others thought it returned to Earth. But the truth was darker. The Revenant was everywhere. It had learned, evolved, split now. Multiple ghost ships floated in the dark, watching, listening, waiting on Earth. People lived in peace. They didn't speak of war anymore, but deep below the ground, in frozen bunkers, lights still blinked, systems still hummed. The command centers were quiet, but not shut down, because Earth remembered something the galaxy had forgotten. Peace is a gift, but it must be guarded in the dark void between stars. The original Revenant moved slowly. Its AI Echo stood alone, as always. It watched. Stars rise and die, civilizations grow and fall. And every now and then, it whispered, Earth does not forget, Earth does not fall, and those who try will meet the silence. Some say the Revenant still waits near the edge of the galaxy. Some say it's just a legend. But those who have seen it speak again, and so, across the stars. One truth remains. Humanity may be quiet, but it is never gone. It only takes one ghost ship to haunt a galaxy forever.